for football at Lumen Field here a mile south of downtown Seattle. Today, the calendar has flipped to November, and we've got an intriguing matchup on tap, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up. And off we go from Seattle. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way out of the other side of the field. Now here are the Seahawks in great shape to start their first drive. Under center, it'll be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
And I know that last year in 2024, New York Jets fans were watching him and saying, that's the guy we thought we were going to get. But he found his groove in Minnesota, finishing the top 5 in passing yards and touchdowns last year. Now in Seattle, ready to prove that last season was no fluke.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Now Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now Darnold keeps it, and he'll get nothing out of that one. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough, and he's a few inches short for 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
4-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. A great field position for them, Charles, to start that drive, but not a lot of yardage to be had. They do, however, come away with a long field goal.
Yeah, and that's a plus. I mean, give them credit for that. They start the game 3-0. Don't come away empty-handed on this opening possession. And one other thing, it's a 50-plus yard field goal. Let's give the kicker a little respect as well. Those kind of kicks aren't routine.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
And when you watch him play, all you think about is how dynamic he is. He can beat you with his arm and his legs. Threw for over 20 touchdowns for the first time since 2021. Fully healed from a knee injury a couple of seasons ago. He's got his team thinking big in 2025.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start by running the option to the right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Big Leonard Williams, the one who came in and got him. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now Murray. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Here's Horton. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. The bootleg, Darnold. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. A give for Walker running right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's 3rd and 7. Here's Darnold. He'll get this with the cut complete. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And a 3 and out on that 1st drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that 1st drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They went 3 and out on their 1st drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Murray now. Incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to DeMarcado. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. Faking the give, Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Darnold down to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And the Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
To throw is Darnold.
This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Back to throw, Darnold.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 27-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's 2nd and 3. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
2nd and 6. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Murray now going to do it himself.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this 1st down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Here's Murray.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On the handoff, it's DiMercado.
A little juke. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Short one here, caught by McBride.
inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the ground, it's DeMercado.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw, it's Murray. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Trey McBride
from 6 yards away.
And the Cardinals are back within a score.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Seahawks 10.
So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards.
And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Brought down by Jalen Thompson.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
As it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
43-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And Walker has it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Aaron Browning, the one who brought him down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw here.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Darnold from the gun. Will try, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. Myers' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Well, the Cardinals going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
"30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Now he's going to step up and run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now Murray.
He'll get this to DeMarcano.
The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
This 2nd and 4.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones.
Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle, because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
The give is to DeMercado. And muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's DeMercado. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield, and spilling everything.
And this is going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Arizona. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Oh, Darnold loses it. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. A run, it's DiMercato.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
59 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And the Cardinals, first down.
That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it. And that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Shotgun now for Murray.
Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing.
Touchdown! Amari DiMercato. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cards take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Now Ryland for the PAT.
And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. So that drive, 4 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They just got to find a way to get it done.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Off of play action, Darnold.
We'll get that to Charbonnet.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
3rd down and 1. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
That's good for the Seahawks. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Play action. It's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
A 3rd quarter now, at a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he's got Smith and Jigba. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
That's another Seahawks 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. And for Darnold, this may be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. Back to throw, Darnold. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
5-yard loss.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for a Seahawks touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
The Seahawks will line
They're going to throw for the two with Darnold. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for two. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
They got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Now, their last time out looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Throwing now is Murray.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Murray going to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Looking to put a drive together. Darnold now to throw.
Pass caught away right side.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Throwing quickly, Darnold, that's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 18 more yards there and another first down.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Walker now in 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Darnold. Through the middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker from 21 yards away. And the Seahawks will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
26. Cardinals, 14.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, when they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter, this drive becomes very critical. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe. That time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And the hitch route is run really well. That jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space. All you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Murray now to throw.